Mike Tirico, thank you and welcome to San Francisco, where we are just underway. The 49ers and the Cardinals in a battle between two teams in the NFC West that think they have places to go. This is Alex Smith, the quarterback for the 49ers, up the sideline, and that one will be incomplete. Mike Greenberg, Mike Golick, and Mike Ditka with you tonight. Bonnie Bernstein is on the sideline. The 49ers got the ball first, and they're moving the ball slowly down the field. In a game, we've seen a couple of penalties called early, and so really you haven't missed all that much.
Yeah, big return early by San Fran to get some good field position, but a couple of penalties back and forth now leaves San Fran with a very, very long third down, 3rd and 17. So we're going to have to see Alex Smith obviously go over the top. Watch him roll out, though, as we get on that last play or in the pocket. He's actually he does a lot better out of the pocket.
3rd and 17 for Alex Smith. And there you see him on the move. They'll dump it short. Vernon Davis on the play, and he's not going to get anywhere close. So a very conservative try there by San Francisco. Young quarterback, national stage, early in the season. Maybe no reason to take a chance.
And another thing, too, you got a new offensive coordinator. I know he was a quarterback coach a year ago, Jim Hostler, but I tell you, he calls plays differently. When Norv was here, Norv Turner, a year ago, he calls plays. He likes to get the quarterback out. He likes to do a lot of what we call half rolls, naked, bootleg, stuff like that. I don't know if we'll get that much of that tonight.
I'm surprised he didn't go down the field on that one, though. This kid has got to let it go a little bit.
Andy Lee back to punt. Steve Breston on the return. He'll let that one bounce down near the 20-yard line. So we are underway. For those of you watching on ESPN2, you can go ahead and switch over to ESPN. We will be on ESPN when we continue. Just underway in San Francisco.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go pro.
Most of us will go pro in something other than sports.
In something other than sports. Go to ncaastudent.org to find out how.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
A beautiful evening in San Francisco as the sun sets across the Bay Area, and we wrap up week 1 of the NFL season with the 49ers and the Cardinals. And here's the first shot this season for Matt Leinart. And Leinart's going to throw immediately. This could be the shot, and he's picked off. Intercepted, and this one could go all the way. One man to beat, and he's not going to beat him. The interception by Walt Harris.
And he's not an $80 million man.
Harris led the NFC with a career-high 8 interceptions a year ago. And for a San Francisco defense that gave up more points than any in the NFL, that's a great start.
Oh, watch the route by Larry Fitzgerald. He's waiting for the ball to come to him. Walt Harris does a great job of breaking in front of the ball. 8 interceptions last year. Look at the job of him breaking. Great fake. Larry's waiting for the ball, actually going down on the hip for it. Walt Harris says, none of that. I'm going to take this one, try and get it to the house.
Now, what you got to do on Walt Harris, now he's cluing the quarterback on that. As soon as he saw the quarterback said he broke on the ball, you want to go with a counter route on him.
Levi Brown, the rookie offensive tackle, saved the touchdown for Arizona. So here's San Francisco with a golden opportunity early. Frank Gore and Moreeeee Morris in the backfield. Smith is going to throw it. Nobody there over the head of Moreeeee Morris. And so here's Alex Smith, still the youngest quarterback of the starters in the National Football League. The first pick 2 years ago. certainly a market improvement in year 2, and they're looking for big steps in year 3.
It has to be the progression. Year 1, 1 touchdown. Year 2, 16 touchdowns and 16 interceptions. Now year 3 is the next step. We talked about the offensive coordinator, Jim Hostler, his third one in 3 years, but he was his quarterback coach. So the verbiage stays the same, but the difference will be in how the plays are called, different from North Turner last year, our head coach out in San Diego.
2nd and goal, 3 receivers in the game. Taylor Jacobs is in now, but they'll give it to Gore. Gore right up the gut, and he's in for the touchdown.
That was really a great formation, really, and they spread him out. And when you spread him out and you get one-on-one blocking, Frank, well, watch this. This is easy.
Left side of the line is hog heaven for San Francisco behind Jonas Jennings,
Great
the tackle,
job.
and Larry Allen, the guard. These are massive human beings, and Gore had nothing but open space to run through. He will run left most of the time. That's where he's going to get his big yards over those 2 big linemen.
Wouldn't ask for a better start right now if you're the 49ers. The defense makes a quick, early, big turnover, and Frank Gore cashes in. This is Joe Nedney, who was San Francisco's team MVP 2 years ago. You know, when the kicker is your team MVP, you're not having a particularly good year.
No, you're not.
Frank Gore is excited. The 49er faithful are pumped up, and the home team is out in front early.
I'll trade you a Red Sox home jersey and a Rangers t-shirt for that Pirates jacket.
No way. I want that Cardinals hoodie and that Braves away uniform and an item to be named later.
You drive a hard bargain. Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
In the soggiest Super Bowl ever, the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears faced off on a wet and wild Sunday in Miami, Florida. The Bears got on the fast track first when rookie Devin Hester returned the opening kickoff 92 yards for a touchdown. The Colts kept pace after quarterback Peyton Manning spotted a wide-open Reggie Wayne for a 47-yard score. The Bears responded and took a 14-6 lead on a short touchdown pass to Muhsin Muhammad. But from that point on, it was all Indianapolis. Colts running backs combined for almost 200 yards rushing, and the defense forced 5 turnovers. In the fourth quarter, when Kelvin Hayden returned an interception 56 yards for a touchdown, it was over. The Colts became Super Bowl champions by a score of 29-17.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by refreshingly smooth Bud Light, always worth it. Samsung, the official HD TV of the NFL. GMC, official vehicle of the NFL and proud supporter of those who want it more. And Verizon Wireless.
So many pictures tonight of the legendary Bill Walsh, who lost his battle with leukemia over this summer. Tonight, the 49ers will honor Walsh with a halftime ceremony, and you may notice they're wearing throwback uniforms to 1981. Mike Dickey, you coached against Bill Walsh for so many years.
Well, he was a great friend. He was a great guy. You know, everybody calls him an innovator. I just think he understood the game so well. He knew that you had to attack the defense. You could never let the defense get comfortable, and he had them on edge all the time.
He said the game doesn't have to be about brawn all the time. He said, you know what, we're allowed to outthink our opponent as well as out-hit our opponent.
Well, the 49ers out in front by a score of 7-0 early, and here for Arizona is J.J. Arrington on the return, and he won't get far. So a shaky start for the Arizona offense, led by Matt Leinart. And Leinart now will introduce you to his offensive teammates.
The big guys up front, leading that group is center Al Johnson. Look for right tackle Levi Brown, rookie from Penn State. The guys I'm trying to get the ball to, the playmakers on the outside, Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald, 2 Pro Bowl receivers. And leading the way in the backfield, fullback Terrell Smith is blocking for the man from the U, Edgerrin James.
Marcel Shipp is back there now. They will spell edge from time to time. They'll give it to Ship, and Ship has got room. Out over the 35, battling for a little more, and he's out over the 44, a first down against the San Francisco defense. Here's the veteran Bryant Young to introduce you to them.
Up front, we got the starting defensive line led by number 92, Abreu the Tank Franklin. The linebacker corps led by Derek Hydro Smith. And the defensive backs led by number 22, Nate Big Time Clemens, and the quiet storm, Walt Harris.
Not so quiet early as Harris made the big interception on the first offensive series for Arizona. Edger and James back in now for the Cardinals. And that's the edge. And the edge is certainly one to keep an eye on. Gentlemen, his numbers last year, by his standards, not so good. Was that the offensive line, or at 29 is Edge starting to lose a step?
No, I think it really is the offensive line. I like what I saw the last two plays. They went with two tight end formation. They went with three receiver formation. The first down, when he threw the interception, they were in a standard formation, fullback, tailback, tight end, two receivers, and they read it perfectly. That is San Francisco did.
You see Edge's numbers down a year ago, what he's normally used to. Certainly age has a factor with him, but that O-line had a lot of problems.
Goes down out on the 43-yard line, and so here's Leinart again. As he flips it up there to Edge.
Puffed it up.
The football, here we go.
I think they got it back.
Got it back.
It was Patrick Willis, the rookie, who knocked that ball free, and the Cardinals able to fall on it. In fact, it's James himself who's able to make the recovery.
That ball bounced all over the place, doesn't it? Can't get a grip on it. You see, running out of time. He's in the pocket, has some time, so he's got to make something happen. There's Edge trying to get some extra yards. Good hit on the wrap-up by Patrick Willis. Walt Harris got to be able to scoop that. He doesn't do it. Gives Arizona a chance to recover it, and they do. Saves that. That'd have been really very, very tough having another turnover.
Pretty good Brett Favre imitation there by Leinart.
Ship and Arrington now in the backfield for Arizona on a 1st and 10. Leinart, and they'll give it to Arrington. There's nothing there. Really lost it on the tackle.
You know, let me tell you, this is where this team has to improve. It's got to be the offensive line. The offensive line has not blocked well. They've not pass protected very well. That's one of the big reasons Ken Wisenhunt is in here. You see Manny Lawson coming off the edge. Nobody block him at all. But if this team is going to do anything this year, Coach, this offensive line has got to step up and punch people in the mouth.
Well, you're exactly right. Right there, there's nobody to block that guy. Levi Brown did the right thing. He blocked down where he's supposed to block. There's two guys coming with nobody to block him. You got a bad formation and a bad call, period.
Edge up the middle, and there's not much there either. Now, Russ Grimm is here to try and bring a little bit of this toughness, but it's one thing to bring toughness, another thing maybe not to have the players who can do it.
Well, and the one thing about these guys, and just interject, you know, it's fine, and I understand what he's trying to do with standard formations, and you got to do that. You got to get your nose in their butt. They operate best, and so does Matt Leinart when they're in a three-receiver set.
They really do. And Ken Wisenhunt even told us, hey, I hope people think we're going to run all the time, that I have that mentality because Russ Grimm, my buddy, is here. He said, I hope they think that, and I hope they bring everybody in because that can help us throw the ball over the top.
3rd and 10, 3 receivers in the game. Brian Johnson is in, along with Bowman and Fitzgerald. Leinart, a lot of time, over the middle, and nobody home.
I think he missed Johnson on that one. He was wide open down the other way.
Absolutely did, Coach. Brian Johnson was absolutely open, going on a corner route over the middle, or going over the middle
to the far side
to the far side corner, and he was wide open. And Matt had time, just missed him.
Shaky start for Matt Leinart here with the interception, and now a couple of throws that were not clearly to anyone at all. Here's Mike Barr now back to do the punting for Arizona. Midway through the first quarter, Brandon Williams back to his seat. Fair catch inside his own 10. Good start for the San Francisco defense. Last year, they gave up more points than any team in the NFL. Tonight, they've got their team out in front in the early go.
Last season, Reggie Bush burst onto the NFL scene and set a rookie record for most receptions by a running back in a season with 88. Known for his speed and quickness, Bush accumulated over 1,500 yards of total offense. In 2006, number 25 was the only player in the NFL to score a touchdown rushing, receiving, and by punt return. The 2007 season may not be as easy for Bush, as teams will be better prepared for him.
Mets and Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at nesn.com.
Francisco, where it's been a very shaky start for the Arizona quarterback Matt Leinart, who has at least a veteran presence and a great one to try and learn from tonight.
And he said he has listened to Kurt Warner. He said Kurt Warner's taught him how to be professional in his preparation and film study, and hopefully Kurt's given him some good words of advice there.
And so here's Arizona now on the offense with Frank Gore deep behind Alex Smith. Smith will swing it out to Gore, and Gore's got a lot of room up the left side. Takes it out over the 30-yard line. This is classic Frank Gore, who led this team not just in rushing last year, Coach, but also in receiving.
Well, I think if you're going to you'd cover Frank Gore, he's the leading receiver from a year ago, and nobody covered him at all. I mean, and there really wasn't even a good play fake. So right now they look a little discombobulated out there. That's the Cardinals.
They really do. And once they play fake to him, it's like, okay, he didn't get the ball. They forgot about him. And you can't forget about a guy that was a leading receiver for the team. You have to have somebody on him at all times.
The Arizona defense has actually done a good job against Gore. They held him under 100 yards both times they played last year. He averaged just 69 yards against them, 111 yards against everybody else. 1st and 10, and here's Gore. And not so much there this time. And let's send it down to the sideline to a woman who thought of changing her name to Mike for the occasion tonight. Here's Bonnie Bernstein. Hi, Bonnie.
Well, we'll just go with Micah for the night. How about that? Just so I can fit in. Gore, you guys had 9 100-yard games last year. None of them came against this team on the field. Why? Well, the Cardinals say it has an awful lot to do with Adrian Wilson. The way Wilson hits, he's almost like another linebacker when he gets up there to the line of scrimmage. Basically, the Cardinals' philosophy is Wilson's going to do his thing, and we'll follow up on anything he does after that.
Bonnie was there yesterday when Adrian Wilson intimidated me in a meeting. I'm not going to lie to him. Out over the 30 now.
There he goes. He's on a blitz.
2nd and 8.
In the backfield. That's what he does so well. Watch Adrian. Watch number 24 here. He sneaks up. He sneaks up. That's why he gets so many sacks. But he blows right in there and gets Gore in the backfield. Watch what happens here. Here he comes. Sneaking up. 24. Bang. Right across the line of scrimmage. Boom.
Well, he does a nice job, too. A lot of times you'll see blitzers coming off the edge, not take the proper angle on a play away. He broke down the line so he could get there. This is the safeties of today. This is the Troy Polamalu, the Roy Williams, the Bob Sanders, the Adrian Wilson.
They're hybrids.
It's exactly right.
Moreeeee sits into the game behind Alex Smith here on a 3rd and 6. That's Davis in motion. Oh, the pocket breaks down, and down goes Alex Smith. Darnell Dockett in on the sack, and so a stop for the Arizona defense. And although it's early, it feels like one they desperately need.
That is a great rush by Dockett. These guys aren't overly large, so they're going to hit gaps. And that's what Dockett just split the center and the right guard. Just a great job splitting Heitman and Justin Smiley. Comes right in between them, a nice low rip, and got under the pads of the offensive players right to the quarterback. They always say, best line to the quarterback. What, Coach? Straight ahead, isn't it?
Straight ahead if you can do it. And then he split 2 guys to do it.
Andy Lee punting to Steve Breston. Breston could have some room to maneuver. Or not. Oh. Down he goes quickly at the 30.
A lot of room, Mike.
Son, if you're down, stay down, huh?
Yeah, the room closes quickly in this sport. And so down he goes. Here comes Matt Leinart. It's been a tough start. He'll try and turn it around when we continue.
The weekday fix for football fans.
You've got to catch.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on NASN. Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
Do you think you have what it takes to get to the top? To take the team all the way? Here's your chance to prove it. Out of the Park Baseball 2007 is one of the most realistic and flexible baseball management games ever. Create an online, fictional, or historical league. Set your lineups and pitching staff. Get rid of that broken-down veteran and take a risk on the rookie from your minor leagues. It's in your hands. Out of the Park Baseball 2007. Download a free trial from NASN.com.
Hi, I'm Reggie Sanders from Kansas City Royals. Watch live Major League Baseball all season long right here on NASN.
At their own 30, it's been a tough start for Leinart. Perhaps the safest thing you can do, turn around, give it to Edgerrin James. When all else fails, that's probably not a bad idea. He's got explosive receivers to throw the football to, but handing it off to Edgerrin James, probably a little easier than that.
Well, again, they have to establish that. I mean, so they can work in the play action. Matt Leinart is not a guy who's going to scoot around everywhere. He does not pass well out of the pocket, so you have to buy him time somehow.
Mike, there's no question about it. This is part of their philosophy. They are going to run the football. They're going to establish the run. That's what they believe, and that's what they're going to do.
You can't help but wonder, it's a conflict of styles. You have these flashy wide receivers. You have these tough guy coaches that come in. We'll see how they're able to blend that together. 2nd and 5, there's the edge, and there's not much there. And that'll set up another 3rd down for Matt Leinart. Now, Edgerrin James is the NFL's active rushing leader. He's 19th on the all-time list. With another 1,000-yard season, he would vault past quite a few into 13th place. Among those, he passes O.J. Simpson. But Edgerrin James was not able to get really much going last year despite going over 1,000 yards.
And a lot of it's what Mike said. It's the offensive line, and I think that's what they're trying. Ken Wisenhunt and Grimm are trying to work on getting this line tough coming off the ball. But right now, they're not moving a lot of people.
J.J. Arrington in for James now. On a 3rd down. Here's Leinart. He's got time, got a man open, and this time he's got him, and that should be a 1st down as he swings it out to Anquan Boldin, and there's our first opportunity to call Anquan Boldin's name, but one would suspect it will not be the last.
Anquan Boldin is just an unbelievable receiver. Another guy who started out as a quarterback in high school and has turned into just an excellent receiver. Not as tall as you see the receivers of today, but extremely tough. Again, great hands and a great job. What you'll see with him and Fitzgerald is they do a nice job of breaking tackles. You didn't see it there, but breaking tackles and getting extra yards.
1st and 10, edge back in. Larry Fitzgerald, the man in motion. Leinart was looking there all along and finally does get it outside, and not much there. So let's take a look at Matt Leinart. There may have been better college quarterbacks in the history of the sport, but perhaps none that had better college careers. The numbers this young man put up, leading USC to back-to-back championships, almost a 3rd, won a Heisman Trophy. And before Brady Quinn, he was the quarterback who fell in the draft, and many people wondered why, and there may be a lot of teams out there that someday rue passing on him as he fell all the way to number 10.
Incredibly prepared to read NFL defenses coming out of USC.
2nd down, 8 for Leinart. On the move. Not his strong suit, and he'll take it out. Leinart is not one, Mike, that wants to be on the move during the game. Much more comfortable in the pocket.
No, he's not. He throws horribly. He did horribly last year outside the pocket. But one thing to keep an eye on with him is his footwork. That is something that Ken Wisenhunt said. He said, basically, your footwork stinks. He said your 3-step and your 5-step. What he was doing, he was taking a false step after the snap. So in 3-step and 5-step, he actually wasn't getting deep enough to give himself a chance to throw in the lanes, or if it was a 3-step, the defense is getting too much pressure. So they worked diligently, and he did, on his footwork to get the proper depth. It may seem like a little thing listening to that, but when you're on the field, you need all the room you can get.
3rd and 4. Leinart pocket breaks down, and he's not going to get their stretches, but he'll be short of the first down. Brandon Moore among those who got in on Leinart, so a good start for the San Francisco defense. And Mike Dickey, you can see Leinart just not that comfortable when he has to move.
Well, they came with a pretty good blitz there, really, and the coverage downfield, it was straight man-to-man. They locked him up pretty good. He couldn't get rid of the football, put the pressure on him, got the sack.
Can't run the ball, so you can't play action pass. If I'm playing against Arizona, I'm going to say, listen, we're going to make you throw the ball to beat us, and then we're going to put pressure on you because you can't escape the pocket.
See, what we're talking about here, we talk about them running the ball. They're trying to run the ball in predictable run-down situation.
All right, there's a flag down. They clearly ran into the kicker. That's Brandon Williams.
The first down.
Makes the catch on the 20, but this is going to be a first down, whether it's a 5 or a 15. It was 4th and 4, and there was no question they ran into the punter.
Well, I tell you what,
running in to the kicker, number 28 of the defense, 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
That's Keith Lewis and Mike Ditka. That's how coaches get gray hair.
That'll kill a coach. That's a coach killer right there. Really. I mean, your defense makes a good job, and no, it'll kill you. It won't give you gray hair. You won't be around.
Take it one step further, huh?
Take it all the way to the grave.
Make you envy those with gray hair.
What do you tell someone when they come off the field?
Use your head. I mean, really, there's no reason we're going to get the football back, and we believe in our offense. We can move the football. Just if you got a rush on, it's different. That wasn't a rush. Right. That was an individual effort.
So Leinart gets another chance. 1st and 10 at the San Francisco 42. In motion is Fitzgerald. And there's James. He'll try the right side. The right side is where big Levi Brown is the offensive tackle. First-round pick this year, Arizona hoping to add a little toughness up front. And they put him on the right side. Some will look at that and say, is that because Leinart is a left-handed quarterback?
And it is not. He was a left tackle in college, and Coach Wisenhunt felt and Coach Grimm felt that he was best to go to right tackle. It has nothing to do with the fact that Leinart is a lefty and he's protecting his blind side. They just feel he's better suited right now to right tackle.
But most teams do run to their right. That's one thing. So if they do run to the right, you got your best tackle over there.
2nd down, 6. Fitzgerald in motion again. This time it's Edge, and Edge breaks a tackle. And a nice run as he's down over the 35-yard line, as that should be the last play of the first quarter. Arizona finally has a little something going after the big mistake by the 49ers. But San Francisco is out in front early as we wrap up week 1 of the 2000 NFL season. Monday Night Football from San Francisco continues right after this.
Wilson baseball gloves and much more. Visit NASN.com.
The greetings are different. The need to feel welcome is the same. You don't just stay here. You belong.
Hockey's not just a game, it's a lifestyle.
Join the Reebok revolution. Visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
Hey, owners. You know, you can get all your American sports fix daily right here on NASN, your channel for North American sports. Join me and this merry band of journalists as we chew up,
David
spit out
Beckham.
all the sports news today.
Why do you stop breaking matches at noon?
Exclusively on NASN. Hort!
Cheerio, folks.
Back in San Francisco, where Ken Whisenhunt makes his NFL head coaching debut as coach of the Arizona Cardinals, finds his team down 7-0 early, brought his buddy Russ Grimm from Pittsburgh, and I know, Mike Ditka, that's an idea that appeals to you. Bring some toughness to an organization that has not seemed to have it for a long time.
Absolutely. You got a tight end as a head coach in the National Football League, and not too many of them have done that.
It's a direct snap to Anquan Boldin, and Boldin will take it down inside the 25-yard line. Michael Lewis is there to make the play, but Boldin is a guy that can use a lot of different ways.
And the thing about Ken Whisenhunt, everybody says tight end and Russ Grimm, that O-line guy, that kind of old school, but he's known as a very innovative play caller, and here you go. Anquan Boldin, who has been a quarterback, direct snap to him, and he can take it down the field as well. So, you know, he's not, this isn't, we may make it sound a little bit like it, but it's not 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah, but who said a tight end can't be innovative?
Well said. We have a tight end in the booth who did a few things as a coach. 10th play of the drive now. The drive kept alive by running into the kicker penalty. And here's the give to Edge, and he won't find much off the left side this time. Edger and James, you want to keep rarefied company. You want to be in the class with some of the all-time greats. Well, there's Jim Brown. He has the most yards from scrimmage of any player in NFL history. Edger and James is next, just ahead of Barry Sanders. So that is fairly rarefied.
And Jim Brown and Barry Sanders left the game of football at the height of their career. At the very height, they could have went on and on.
Well, I'll tell you what, you take a snapshot of that one, keep that picture, Edge with a picture of those two guys.
Should be pointed out, LaDainian Tomlinson will play 5 more games, and he will actually be ahead of Jim Brown on that list, at least for the time being. He's played 95 games in his career. Liner will give it to Edge again. We're at the middle and not much there, and that'll set up a 3rd down as we send it back down to Bonnie Bernstein.
A little bit of twist in Edge's running game this year, guys. For the first time since college at Miami, he's actually got a fullback in front of him. Now, he doesn't mind, because when you look at the fact that Terrell Smith, his back, has blocked for 1,000-yard rushers 5 times in the past 7 years, well, that certainly could bode well for James. But, you know, Whisenhunt was telling us a story when he was in Pittsburgh. He talked to Jerome Bettis about using a fullback. Jerome said, you know what? If you're a good back, you've got great vision, whether there's a fullback in front of you or not.
And so here we go on a 3rd down play. Leinert 3rd and 6. And again, it's not his forte as he's scrambling. And Leinert will pass it down there, and Luckett, it's broken up on the play nicely. Mark Roman was among those who were there, and I tell you, when they get to Leinert, if he can't get it off to his first option, he doesn't look comfortable.
The coverage has been fantastic. We've talked about Walt Harris. He got that pick early. We talk about Nate Clemens, the $80 million man who came over, an excellent corner. Michael Lewis, the safety, he came over again from Philadelphia. So some new faces and an old one that's a Pro Bowler. Those receivers that we've talked highly about for Arizona, they have not gotten separation from those DBs.
That's a great point, Mike. They're covered.
Neil Rackers from 34 yards away.
Right into the wind.
Looks to be right on the 35-yard line. Wind could be a factor. It's up. Little knuckler, and it's good, and so Arizona is on the board. The mistake by San Francisco running into the punter winds up biting them right in the behind. Arizona comes down and cashes in for 3. 49ers up by 4, and they'll get the ball back when we continue.
Of fencing and 3 years of law school teach you a lot. For him, it's confidence. For me, it's pride. Go to ncaastudent.org to find out how your child could become one of the many student athletes who go pro in something other than sports.
Hi, I'm John Garland from Chicago White Sox. Watch live Major League Baseball all season long right here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports.
Monday Night Football on ESPN continues next week. Clinton Portis and the Redskins visit Philadelphia, which means Donovan McNabb. Monday Night Football on ESPN.